welcome to this week's IFYS presentation where we're going to be talking about student support services. Now, there are several student support offices that serve our students with a wide range of areas, and many BCC students do not take advantage of these student support services, and as a result, they suffer through their problems alone. And as peer mentors, we want to share the support services that BCC offers to avoid any potential situations of being ashamed to ask for help. There's definitely no shame in asking for help, especially when this help will definitely make your college experience much better. Now, I know that at this point, you might be asking yourself, why should I seek out student support services? And let me just tell you that I hope that the remainder of these slideshows and all the information will help you answer this question. But let's start out by defining what this is. And I want to note that, first of all of these services are completely free for students. So please take advantage of all of these, if not the ones that will best serve you throughout your time at BCC. And remember that these student support services are all designed to help you balance and maintain control when your academic, work, and personal life just gets to be too much for you. And just know that these programs are designed to assist you in reaching your academic and career goals. So let's start with the Office of Career and Development. Now, it's important to note that this will be the only office that's considered to be off campus, but don't worry because it's not that far. The Office of Career and Development is located in Snow Hall on the first floor. So if you're coming in to BCC through the Hall of Fame Terrace entrance, then this hall will be right next to the parking lot. And in this office, they can help you with things like resume writing. I know a lot of us come into BCC not having one, and if you do, that's fine because they can also help you just sort of check it and make sure that everything is okay. Another thing that is really cool that I enjoy is informational workshops. So they can either host it by themselves or they can team up with a different company, and the only way you'll find out about these kinds of things is if you constantly check your BCC email because this will be their first point of contact. Now, we all know how anxiety driven interviews can be, and guess what? They help you out with interview preparation so that you don't have to be so anxious and you already know what to say and you're prepared and you'll get that job. Another thing that's important to note is that, let's say you don't have clothing that's appropriate for your interview. Well, guess what? They can help you with Dress for Success. So if they have anything available for you, they will either give it to you or loan it to you. They also host a lot of career and internship fairs at BCC. But then again, like I said before, you won't know that these things are happening if you're not checking your email. And I know that these times are extremely different, so they might not be hosting them physically, but it's important to also check your email just in case if they're hosting any informational workshops virtually. Who knows what can happen? Another thing that they help you out with is employment and recruitment events. So they team up with a lot of different companies. I know while I was at BCC, they sent me an email about Macmillan Publishers, and they came out to BCC and they told us about the different roles in the publishing world that I didn't know existed. So that opened up my mind to not only want to work at one place, so now I know I have many different options within the publishing world. And then they also give you access to two different softwares. The first being Simplicity, which is sort of like the LinkedIn of BCC, where they'll post jobs that you can apply to based on your major. The second software being Focus 2. Now, this one was really cool because I got a chance to do one. This is where they'll give you a bunch of quizzes, and then based on your answers, they'll give you a list of what academic major might be right for you, and then they'll give you information based on each academic major. Moving on to transfer services. Now, in my opinion, it's never too early to start transfer planning, especially if you know or if you have an idea of what colleges you want to transfer to after BCC. Please take advantage of these offices. They can help you with things like planning and advisement, scholarships, and admission essays, transfer application, college recruitment. They host a lot of transfer workshops. They also send out a lot of transfer talk newsletters. Again, going back to what I said, always check your BCC email daily, if not hourly, like I do, but you don't have to. And they also host a lot of transfer fairs. So if you're not sure where you want to go to, that's okay, because they have transfer fairs where they'll invite a whole bunch of different colleges that you can transfer to, and you can sort of go and interview all of them and find out which one is best for you. Now, again, remember that we're living right now in difficult times, but you can definitely reach out to either Edwin Roman or Thomas Bracken, which are the specialists for transfer services, and their emails are located at the bottom of the slide. Now I will show you how to access the transfer services on the BCC website. So first, let's go to the actual BCC homepage by typing in bcc.cuny.edu, and it'll bring you to this page. While on this page, we're going to click on the three sidebars right here, and now we will click on academics. Once we're in the academic portion, we're going to scroll down to academic resources, and we're going to look for transfer services, which will be right here. We're going to click on that. And once the page loads, here you will see all information about transferring, right? So here you have transfer planning timeline, as well as emails for Thomas Bracken and Edwin Roman. So please, if you need more information about transferring, feel free to visit this when you can. Let's talk about something that I feel that a lot of students don't take advantage of, myself included, and that is scholarship opportunities. So first, let's define what a scholarship is, right? So a scholarship is an award of financial aid made to support students' education and is awarded on the basis of academics or other achievements. So let's say you're not getting enough financial aid, or you're not getting any financial aid at all, and you want to avoid taking out loans, and especially private loans. Scholarship is a great resource, and I find that a lot of students don't know that BCC offers its own foundation and departmental scholarships, from Help a Bronco Graduate, which is a general scholarship, to the Kalief Browder Memorial Scholarship. And if you want to know more information about these scholarships, you can click the hyperlink that's provided on this slide. And on that hyperlink, you would find information like the deadline and what criteria you need to meet, or what other information you need in order to apply. Then there's also independent scholarships, and here we have listed just a few, but there are thousands of scholarships that you can apply to, from the Jack Kent Cooke Undergraduate Transfer Scholarship Program to the NYU Community College Transfer Opportunity Program. And I do have to mention that most of these scholarships do require for you to write an essay. Some of them also require recommendation letters, and some require academic resumes and even interviews. But don't worry, because if you need help with any of these, you can definitely write to Yvonne Arazo. Here we have provided her contact information on the lower left of this slide. So you can hit her up, send her an email if you have any questions. But please, I will emphasize, apply to scholarships, man. Like, this is going to make your life so much easier, especially for those students who don't get any financial aid. Feel free to click on the link and find more information about the BCC Foundation and departmental scholarships. It definitely will not hurt. I will show you how to access the scholarship link on the BCC website. So once on the home page, we're going to click on academics, and when you're on the academics page, we're going to scroll down to academic resources, and once there, we're going to click on scholarships. And once we open up the scholarship tab, we can see the different type of scholarships that are offered. you can click to see more information, and here they have provided you other types of scholarships. So if you click on each, you can find out more information about them and how to apply. You can also see the financial aid office's contact information. During this time, you want to make sure that you email them with any questions that you might have regarding any of these scholarships. Now let's talk about Single Stop. In Single Stop, you can expect to receive various support and services to you and your immediate family. And one that I must point out to you, because I feel that a lot of students don't know about this, is the Petrie Student Emergency Fund Grant. And this is awarded to students who demonstrate need and are facing a current unexpected emergency. All grants are subject to approval with documentation and verification to support your application. But some examples of these emergencies that are considered include, but are not limited to, homelessness due to loss of housing for student and dependent family members, a fire or theft, domestic violence, or temporary job loss. So if you go visit Single Stop, they can definitely tell you more information about how to apply to this grant. We have provided Single Stop's contact information. Their phone number is 718-289-5100, and you can dial in either extension 5840 or 5195. They also provide you with a food pantry, so a lot of students also don't know that we offer a food pantry where you can just go if you're ever in need of any type of food, whatever is available, you can take home. They also help you with applying to food stamps. If your family or yourself is ever going through housing problems, you're being evicted, and you need help, they definitely provide free legal aid and housing court, as well as financial counseling, credit recovery, and even free tax preparation. I know this is something, especially now that tax season is upon us, it's good to know. Also, as well, they also help you with low income housing and child care assistance. CUNY Edge is a program for those students who are receiving government assistance and are pursuing an undergraduate degree. To qualify, you must be enrolled in a CUNY undergraduate program and receive cash assistance from the government. Some of the benefits that you get from being in this program are tutoring, internships. You can also have work study. They have different job opportunities as well as different advisors and tuition support. So if your parents or yourself are receiving government assistance in the form of food stamps, welfare, you can definitely reach out to CUNY Edge. Their phone number is 718-289-5849. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to them. Otherwise, they are located in Low Hall, room 106A. Now moving on to the disability services, and I must first point out that I know we are living in extraordinary times at the moment. Everything is changing rapidly and we're moving to remote learning. I know that students who have disabilities might feel a little bit disengaged because of this, but now more than ever, it is important for you to reach out for help. Us peer mentors will be here to provide you guidance and support during this time. You can also log into Starfish and raise your hand to the Office of Disabilities so that they can know to reach out to you. If you haven't been able to log into Starfish, reach out to your peer mentor so that they can help. On the next slide, I have provided you all a video about how to access the Disability Services section on the BCC website, where you can see a list of the most frequently asked questions that have been raised during this time and how they plan to help students moving forward. In this section, you can also find their email address, which is disabilityservices@bcc.cuny.edu. Again, don't feel any embarrassment or shame in reaching out for help. Remember that this is all confidential. So now I'm going to show you how to access the disability services on the BCC website. So once on the main page of the BCC website, we're going to go ahead and click on academics. And once that page loads, we're going to see a list of department major and programs. But what we're looking for is under academic resources. You're going to click on the disability services. And once this page opens, you will find a list of frequently asked questions and how they're dealing with the current situation, as well as their contact information. So, right here, you have access to their email if there are any questions that are not answered in this section. They also provide with other types of information, but please feel free to write them an email if there's any other concern or if any other questions arise that are not answered here. Lastly, let's talk about the offices of personal counseling. I know a lot of you will relate to me when I say that I get a lot of anxiety and stress during times like finals week, midterms, or just any time that I have to take a test. I get filled with so much anxiety that I start questioning myself and forgetting what I studied, and then just shut down completely and become so overwhelmed that sometimes I can't even function. And had I known that we have an office of personal counseling on campus, my time at BCC would have been so much better because I would have had someone there to support me and provide tools and resources on how I could better manage my stress and anxiety. I must reiterate how important it is for you all to know that you have these resources available at no cost and are completely confidential, much like the disability services. At this moment, the Office of Personal Counseling is figuring out a way to continue to support you all with their services, and as soon as we find out how they will move forward, we will provide you with that information. If you are going through a crisis, please feel free to reach out to New York City Well. We have provided their phone number at the bottom of the slide. And remember that we are all facing these uncharted waters together. Most of us have never taken an online class and are feeling worried because we are not comfortable with it. And I want you all to know that it is okay to feel a bit stressed and overwhelmed. Please start reaching out to your peer mentors and letting them know about any concern you have. They may be able to help you or refer you to where you can get help. We are all in this together. Never feel ashamed or embarrassed to ask for help. It is better to ask for help and get situations resolved rather than keeping things bottled up, talking from personal experience. Again, as soon as we find out how the Office of Personal Counseling will move forward in assisting you all, we will let you know. We have provided you with a lot of information, and I know you might have questions, but don't worry because us peer mentors will still be here to support you all and provide as much guidance as we can. Please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions or concerns. We are here to help. Don't be ashamed to ask for help. We are all going through the same thing. We're in this together, and it is easier to go through it with someone else than it is for you to go through it alone.